What's cracking, cousin? It's your favorite cousin, Ken here at the Lighthouse ATL. This is the Divine Feminine headquarters, and yes, this is your favorite cousin, Ken from the YouTube channel, Can Be the Light. I know many of you are like, Ken, where you been? What's been going on? Well, I took 3 years off from work to work on myself. So no relationship, no job, no business, no nothing. Just strictly working on myself. And I have been guided to come back and help a powerful community of women that are deciding to do the same thing. No longer working hard, releasing all toxicity from your life, and connecting to your true divine feminine identity. I will be here every week, every Monday, with spiritual guidance for you ladies. I'm so excited to work with you, and congratulations to the new you. Hey cousin, it's your favorite cousin Ken here at the Lighthouse ATL. Okay, ladies, so let's talk about commitment. Dun, dun, dun. And men, if you're out there, feel free. Y'all can chime in. But, this is the Divine Feminine headquarters, so I'm talking to the ladies. This is Girls Talk, So, ladies, let's talk about this. What do you feel about waiting for a man to decide if you are going to be his wife for 20 years, 30 years? Y'all laughing, but I'm telling you, it's true. It's real out here. There are a lot of people that have been in a relationship with a person for 20 years, 30 years, and they're still not married. And for some people, they are okay with it. They're like, we don't have to be married. What is marriage? It's just a piece of paper. It's not really that serious. And then there are some women out there that's like, no, I want to be married, but my husband doesn't want to be married, or he's not sure if I'm the one, or whatever the case may be. What do you feel about waiting for a man to decide if you're the one for 10, 20, 30 years? How long should you wait to decide, if you're going to be with this person or not? Because this is what I'll say, and I'm going to share my opinion. I'm asking your opinion, so leave it in the comments, but I'm going to share mine because I was in a long-term relationship, but I never got married because I knew I was only going to get married one time. It's just something in me, just in my soul. I just know I'm only getting married one time, and I haven't been married yet. So I knew that was not the one, but I still stayed because, of course, once you have children and you stay in a relationship with a person for different reasons, time passes, so I can speak on this subject from experience. And for all the young ladies out there that are listening, look, don't get that man all your years. And I can't tell you what to do. Dang, here I go again. Shoot. Okay. I ain't gonna tell you don't get that man all your years, all your good young tender years. But what I'm gonna tell you is that if he don't know if you're the one that he wants to marry after the first year, maybe 2, then you may have a conversation. And this is just my opinion. Have that conversation. Don't be so in love and so ready to jump into bed with the man and having this dream and picture and vision all up in your head about what it could be, and you're not paying attention to what it really is. You see what I'm saying? So if you're in a relationship with a man and it's been over a year, you're going into your second year, there definitely needs to be a conversation about, okay, is this a serious relationship? What are we doing? Because one thing I know about a man for sure is that if you do not put the boundaries up, baby, that man gonna run circles around you. He gonna do whatever it is that he can do. Men will push the limit. That's just what they do. It's not wrong. I'm not bashing men. That's just how they are. And as women, we have to understand that that's just what men do. They are going to see how much can I get away with. If they know that they can get away with something, they're going to do it. And that's just what it is. I have sons, brothers, cousins, nephews, uncles. I've been around men my whole entire life. I know this is how they are. And we just have to accept that that's just how they are. But as the woman, we are the one that set the boundary. So If a man can get away with dating you for 10 years and you never say, look, I'm out of here. If you don't know if you're going to marry me or not, I'm out of here. If you don't ever say anything and you don't stand on it, that man will go 11 years, 12 years, 13 years. He will continue to date you or shack with you, like my mama used to say, shacking up with you like forever, until you decide that, no, I'm not going to do this. So I was just watching an interview. It was like a short interview of, what's her name? Chrissy. So, Chrissy is with Jim Jones. She's been with Jim Jones for a long time. Remember, she's the one who proposed to him and they never got married or whatever. She said they're still not married. And she's just accepted the fact that they're not going to be married. She's just like cool with it. Like, he lives his life. She's moved, I think, to Florida or something like that, but they're still together. That's her family. And it just is what it is because they're not going to get married. And I feel so sad, I feel so sad because I know that every woman wants to be committed to. Every woman, and I don't care what no woman say. I don't care. You can say what you want to say. No, I don't want to be married. Okay, you can say that. So if you are in a relationship and you feel like you don't want to be married to the man that you're with, you don't want him to commit to you, then what are you in it for? You know what I'm saying? It's different for everybody. So, like I said, some women might feel like they don't want to be in a committed relationship. But for most women, yeah, we want that. We want that. We want a man to say, you know what? I am here with you. I am committed to you. Not just a pinky swear, not just I promise, not just, all this, take my word for it. I'm going to be here for you. I got your back. No, like really be committed to this thing so that you can start to build. Because honestly, this is what I know about, especially like observing other cultures. Once they decide to be married, then they start to build on top of the foundation of the marriage. So they start to, get different things together and open businesses, and it just expands when you're married. But if you're not committed to the person and you're doing all of these things, then it's really not even a solid foundation because you don't know what can happen. You don't know anything can happen. And God forbid something happened to the man and you're not married to him, you don't have any rights to anything. And that's just real. That's just how it is. So I don't know about waiting for a man that long. I just don't know about that because a man knows. I just feel like a man knows when you are the one. He knows. Men are so smart and they are so psychic. Now, let me tell you, they ain't as smart as us ladies. Okay, wink, wink. I'm winking my eye. Wink, wink. They're not as smart as us, but they are very smart and highly intuitive. Remember, these men are hunters, which means they have great instinct. So when they see a woman or they meet a woman, they know that this is the one. And if they don't know that you're the one, they need to quit playing with themselves because you ain't the one. Period. Men out there, if you're listening, this is for you. If you are dating a woman and you have to question, is this the woman for me? She's not the one. Because when you know, that spirit is it's not going to be anything you can do that's going to be able to take you away from the fact that you want this woman in your life every single day. It's going to be on your mind all the time. You're not going to be able to deny the fact that this is going to be your wife. This is your wife. So waiting for a man for all those years, you don't get those years back, ladies. You do not get those years back. And I know that that's why a lot of women feel like sad, depressed, resentful and all these other type of feelings because we have decided, and I'm going to say we because we are a collective, but we have decided to give to a man that is not committing himself to the relationship. And we know that a lot of the men, especially coming from where I come from, they are not taught how to be men. So they don't know. They really don't know. And as women, we feel like we want to step up to the plate. We want to help them. We want to nurture them. We want to guide them and show them the way and encourage them and do all that stuff. But that's not our role. That's not our position. Only thing that you can do is let him figure it out. If he doesn't know that you're the one, then have the conversation. I would say at least after a year, maybe 2, maybe. But by that second year, if he don't know what he want to do, then the best thing to do would be to release him so that he can figure out what it is that he wants. Because you may be too much in his life. He may be getting too much access. That's why you don't give a man too much access to you if you're not married to him. Because once you give him all the access, he got full access to you whenever he wants you, then there's no reason for him to marry you. If you put that distance between yourself and him, then now he feels like, dang, I want this woman in my life more and more. I need to get her closer to me. I need to make this official. And just buying you gifts and taking you on trips and doing all these things to bribe you, because that's all it is. That's bribery. If a man is not committing to you, but he's giving you a bunch of gifts, he's giving you a bunch of this and that and taking you here and there, baby, listen, take the rose-colored glasses, take them off your face, throw them down on the ground and crack them. All right? Because ain't nobody got time to play no games. The only thing he's doing is trying to pacify you so you won't see the fact that he's not committed to you. And some of them are doing this and they're aware of it. And then there's some men, they are doing this and they're not aware of it. They feel like that this is what a good man does. A good man is going to provide for you and take care of you and spend money on you and make sure you have everything that you need. But when it comes to the commitment, then it's like, I don't necessarily have to do that. But that's the hard part. Like, if the man goes to work every day, and God forbid if the man is rich or successful, him spending money on you is nothing. Him taking you on a trip with these frequent flyer miles and all that stuff, that's nothing for him to do that. But for him to commit to you, that's a challenge. This is the reason why we want to challenge a man to commit. And not just to commit in the marriage and say, okay, I'm going to marry you verbally, but if he's saying that he's going to commit to you, then you need to hold him accountable to being committed to you. And if he's not committed to you, if he's doing certain things that you know is violating the relationship, then you have to be willing to walk away. And a lot of times, women, this is how we get stuck in cycles with men for 15, 20 years, because we don't want to walk away. We don't want to walk away. We don't want to leave him behind. We don't want to be by ourselves. We don't want to hurt the man. Whatever it is, whatever reason, we cannot be upset with the man for doing what he does. We just observe him. Remember, we're only here making observations. Observe him and make an adjustment. So, if he's not committing to you, if he has not decided that you're the one he wants to be with, whether it's through marriage and it actually in the relationship being faithful and showing up and being committed and actually having a plan for your relationship, then I'm telling you, those years go by real quick. They're going to go by real quick. And when you start having those babies and you start, gaining weight and getting comfortable, going out to eat down at the Applebee's, Red Lobster, and doing all this partying and all this, listen, you forget all about the fact that you ain't married. I ain't laughing at you, okay? I'm not, whoever's out there listening, I'm not laughing if this is a situation that you've been in, but it's real. It's like going to work for free. Literally, you would not wake up in the morning, get dressed, get beautiful, and go clock in and work a job every day and not get paid for your job. When a man decides that he's going to commit to you, that is him securing the payment, okay? That's him making the payment. He is saying, okay, I'm going to commit myself to you and I'm going to be here for you. And then in return, you give him your time. You give him that nurturing feminine energy and all the support and all of the things that he wants. But if you going over there, you cooking, you cleaning, you always available every time he call for you and all of that, and he's not committed to you at all, man, you went to work for free, period. And having babies for him, you having babies for and giving the babies his last name, oh my goodness, crazy. And I'm gonna tell you from experience, I'm talking from experience, somebody who's lived it. And I know many women that have done this. The babies have the man's last name, but she don't have that last name. That's crazy. We got to stop that. We have to stop that. And I said to myself, listen, when I was younger, I didn't know no better. But now in my 30-something years of age, there's no way in the Sam Hill I'm going to have a baby by somebody and give that baby his last name, and I don't have the last name. What about me? I'm the one who had the baby. You see what I'm saying? It don't make no sense. So I know everybody has their opinion. I'm not going against anybody who's in a long-term relationship. If you feel like it's better to just be in a relationship and you don't have to be married, that is your right. And you have the right to feel how you feel. But this is your favorite cousin Ken, and I'm speaking from my own experience. This is wisdom speaking. I know for sure it is better to be in a committed partnership with somebody who actually loves you. Now, if the man ain't no good, then being married to him, it ain't gonna help anyway. I'm just saying. If you're thinking that marrying a man is gonna make him better, it's not. It's not gonna make him better. Actually, it's gonna make it worse. So I'm not saying that either. Because if you know the relationship is not where it needs to be before you get married, then getting married to a person that you already know the relationship is not working, that's just not smart. It's just not smart, and it's not wise. So as women, we have to be wise with our time, with our talents, with our treasures, with our energy, and we have to decide who we're going to give that to. And we cannot blame the man for being who he is, because like I just said, a lot of men, they don't know any better. And even if they had fathers in their lives, a lot of the men have not seen successful relationships. They don't know what it's like to be a man and be committed. A lot of the men have a fear of commitment. They don't want to commit, and that's okay. If he is afraid to commit, then he does not need a partner. That's all I'm saying. He needs to work on himself. He needs to heal. He needs to figure out why he's afraid to commit so that he can learn how to commit. Because the thing is, most of these men, they commit to what they want to commit to. They'll sign a contract on a house. They'll sign a contract on all these cars and all these businesses and all this other type of stuff that they want to do. They'll commit themselves to that. But when it comes to the relationship and actually making sure that, look, we're going to be in this partnership, we're going to have this contract, and we're going to be together, partners. They don't want to sign that contract. Something ain't right here. Something is not right. And a lot of these men call themselves leaders, but I like what Tony Gaskin said about men that are claiming to be leaders, but they're not married. He said that the hardest thing for a man to do is to commit to one woman. And I believe that wholeheartedly. It is so hard for a man to commit to one woman, especially if, he's accomplished, because he can have whoever he wants. But that is the reason why I believe that God, the Spirit of all, has called men to commit to one woman, is because that is challenging for them to do that. And we are called to respect and listen and follow the man. And that's hard for us to do as women, because we know that this man We ain't gonna call him slow. I'm just playing. He ain't slow. He's very intelligent. But as a woman, how men are. Baby, they forget everything. You gotta be there for them all the time. You gotta think for them. They call you for every single thing. Y'all know women how it is, and it's not wrong. But we are called to be submissive and listening and following the man, when a lot of times we'd be like, man, he couldn't even find his keys for the third day in a row. I had to pick this man keys up and put them where they go so he could get in the car and get out, get out to the world. He can't even keep up with his keys. He's trying to lead his family. But, they grow over time. And that's another thing that I know about relationships. Like, you evolve together. And the woman helps the man to mature and grow, and the man helps the woman to mature and grow. And it's a beautiful thing. It's just a beautiful thing. But a man has to be a leader in his own household. And I'm talking about his household. I'm not talking about his sisters, his brother, his mom, his daddy. Because if they do something, he can just kick them out. He can just say, bye, go. Y'all go over there. You know what I'm saying? So that's not the same as having his own family in his house, his wife, his children being ran, or not ran, I don't want to say ran, but being managed and taken care of by him. That's very different. So I think Tony Gaskin, he's on to something with that one, because he said that there's a lot of men out here speaking about relationships. There's a lot of men who call themselves leaders, but they're not leaders in their own home. I said, ooh, baby, these truth speakers, they out, baby. They outside, because it's the truth, especially spiritual men. Because, growing up, even though, I don't go to church or nothing like that, and I'm not a religious person, but even growing up, you see that most men, and even in business, like you see most businessmen, they're married, because it's just a certain level of trust that you have for a man that is committed to his wife. He's a committed man, whether he is a spiritual leader or he's a businessman or whatever it is. It just says something about a man that is committed, to me. So be mindful of the men that you follow, because there's a lot of men out here who have a lot of advice, and they have a lot to tell women about being women. Somehow they know so much about women and what we need to do. Meanwhile, there's all kind of young boys and NBA young boys that need all kind of guidance in the world, and they haven't put a group together, a trip together, or Num Yo Ho Rangekyo with none of these young boys. So they want to sit on their podcast every day and talk to women. I just think it's odd. I really do. They have a bunch of women followers, but I just really think that it's time for the real man to stand up, and to have a man that actually has a group of men that actually follow his lead. That's powerful. That's powerful, because it's hard to get men to understand. It's hard. It's so hard. And as women, we can't do it. We cannot make them understand. We will spend many, many years and all of our time and energy trying to get the men to understand these certain things. No, only the men can help the men. We have to leave the men to help themselves. And as women, we have to help ourselves. And then once we heal and we grow, then we can come together. But waiting for a man and trying to get him to understand the importance of being in a relationship, and trying to seduce him, and trying to do all these different type of tricks and things to get him to marry you and all that, save it, can it, can all that. All right, be yourself, be who you are. And if that man loves you, if he wants to be with you, trust me, he's going to commit to you. He's not going to want to live without you. But as a woman, we have to set those boundaries, and we have to know when to give and when not to give, how much to give and when to pull back. And if you are not married to a man, then he shouldn't have full-blown access to you. He just shouldn't. Y'all shouldn't even be spending time by yourself together, for real, because you already know what's going to happen if you do. I'm just saying. We going back to the old school. He said, "No, I can't. I want to go to the movies. I want to hang out with them." Well, go as a group. Go on a group trip or something. But the moment you start spending a long time with a man, he's gonna always want to be with you by himself all the time. He want to be with you by himself. No, no, he can't be with you by himself because you already know what's gonna happen, and the flesh is weak. So it's best to not even put yourself in that situation. So moving forward, a lot of us, are getting back into the dating world. So moving forward, it's just a good practice to preserve your energy and not to let this man into your life so much. Don't talk so much. Don't tell him so much. You don't need to know your backstory. You don't need to know your life story. Not unless you're a public figure, then, it is what it is. But, be mysterious. You know what I'm saying? Don't say so much. And let him figure it out. And that's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to work to get you. And somehow the roles have got flipped where now the woman is doing for the man. The woman has all the money and they're saying, well, since you got all the money, then, you should be okay with having a man that doesn't have as much. No. Because that just means that man is not yet in his purpose. And if he's not in his purpose and he doesn't have his assignment from God, then he doesn't need a partner. He needs to continue to heal and work on himself. And once he gets his assignment, then he should have a partner. And it's the same thing for women. Women want to be in a relationship with the man, but she doesn't know who she is and why she's here. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna never happen. This is the reason why relationships are not working and they're failing every single day. Some people are making it happen, but it's not happening on the scale that it used to, like back in the day. Listen, they used to be married, tied up, and doing their thing. But a lot of times, it's like their focus was not solely on the relationship. Like nowadays, when I talk to people, most people just want to talk about being in a relationship. And I'm thinking to myself, like, you don't have any plans for yourself. You don't think anything about yourself. What do you have going on? Who are you? Why are you here? What did you come here to do? That's what's most important. The relationship is just the icing on the cake, but you the cake, baby. You see what I'm saying? So focus on yourself, heal yourself, work on yourself, and then the relationship will come. Then you will have a partner that will come in and assist you with your purpose, because that is what a relationship is all about. Two people coming together, to partner together, to work together, and to fulfill their missions side by side. Not just about, coming together and frying chicken and going to work and going to Las Vegas or wherever and going back home. Anybody got time for that? And for the young ladies out there, I tell my daughter the same thing. I tell my nieces, whether they listen or not, that's on them. And in my business, they can't say that they don't know. But for the young ladies out there, listen to me. Hear me and hear me good. If that man have not decided, if you are the one, he has not decided to marry you and commit to you after 1 year, maybe 2, then don't even put all your eggs in that basket, because you know what it is. And you can't say you don't know, because I'm telling you. Don't listen to nothing he say. Don't pay attention to none of the bribery and all the gifts and beautiful scenery. Don't even look at none of it. Don't let none of it impress you. Because if he is not showing and proving, then don't even get your hopes up. Don't get your hopes up. Keep your options open. Keep your options open. I'm going to say it one more time. Like Dr. Umar, he said it 3 times. Keep your options open. A lot of times we fall in love way too soon, and it's just an idea of love, but it's not real love, because real love is going to be somebody who's going to commit to you. It's going to be from somebody who is serious about you. And they're going to make sure that you're straight, not only financially, but he's going to make sure that he make a good, clean, honest woman out of you. That's a good man, Savannah. All right, cousin, let me get out of here. I love y'all so much, ladies. If you are ready to do your healing, if you are ready to get that good man, and you want to become the greatest version of yourself, then come on over to Death Row. You know, I'm going to keep on telling you, come on over to the Lighthouse. Get into the spiritual alignment class. Join our community of women that are deciding to heal themselves first. Not focusing on the relationship, not focusing on material and degrees and money and all these other things in this world, but join a group of women that are deciding to heal themselves and commit to themselves first. So I love you so much. I'm here whenever you need me. Make sure y'all leave some comments because I would love to hear how y'all feel about this. Waiting for a man to decide if you are the one. How long should you wait? 6 months? I hear some of my cousins out there saying, I'm only giving them 2 weeks. 2 weeks, that's it. Dang, cuz you stiff. I'm just kidding. But y'all tell me, like, what is the cutoff? What is your cutoff? Or do you have a cutoff? Or do you even care? Do you feel like you need to be married? You know, because I know there's some women out there that feel like you don't need to be married. So y'all let me know. All right. I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Hey, cousin. If you're interested in joining our powerful community of women supporting each other through our healing and transformation journey, make sure that you look for the Lighthouse ATL on all social media platforms. YouTube, TikTok, not on Instagram, but Twitter, LinkedIn, everywhere else. Look for the Lighthouse ATL, okay? You do not have to do it on your own. We are done with these solo dolo missions, okay? We're going to work together. We are going to heal together. We're going to cry together. We're going to laugh together. We're going to travel together. Listen, join our Level Up movement, and I will see you soon. Bye.